Hey everyone, and welcome to this A1 Institute Explainer, designed especially for Class 10 students. Today, we're diving into something pretty amazing, an incredible journey that's happening inside you right now. We're going to follow a single breath and see exactly how it powers every single thing you do. Have you ever really stopped to think about it? How does something so simple, something we do all day without even noticing, how does that fuel everything from running around with friends to focusing on a tricky math problem? Well, let's find out. So, the whole point of breathing, the big reason we do it, is to get energy for our cells. See, our cells use the oxygen we breathe to break down the glucose from our food, and this process, called cellular respiration, unlocks a massive amount of energy. Now, this energy gets packed into a special molecule called ATP. The best way to think about it? ATP is like the body's rechargeable battery, or its energy cache. Every single thing you do, from your heart beating to you just thinking, yep, that costs ATP. Our job today is to see how our body keeps making this stuff 24/7. So, let's follow one single molecule of oxygen on its grand mission. The journey starts the very second you take a breath in. The path is actually pretty straightforward. Air comes in through your nose, travels down your windpipe, or trachea, and then splits off into two tubes called bronchi, one for each lung. From there, it's like a branching tree with smaller and smaller tubes, all leading to these tiny little air sacs called alveoli. But this isn't just some simple pipe system. Oh no! As the air zips through your nasal passages, your body's already working on it, warming it up, adding moisture, and cleaning it. It's basically a built-in air purifier, getting the air just right for your delicate lungs. So, how does it clean the air? Well, it uses these millions of tiny hair-like things called cilia. They're constantly moving, and along with a thin layer of mucus, they trap all the dust, pollen, and other gunk you breathe in, keeping it out of your lungs. And this system is amazing, but it's also pretty fragile. Things like smoking can literally destroy these cilia. When that happens, your lungs lose their first line of defense, leaving them wide open to infections, which can lead to a nasty cough or even much more serious diseases. It's a really powerful reminder of how important this protective system is. Okay, so our oxygen molecule has made it all the way to the alveoli. And here's a fact that's just going to blow your mind. If you could take all the alveoli in your lungs and spread them out flat, they would cover an entire tennis court. That massive surface area is the secret to getting oxygen into your blood super fast. The oxygen has arrived in the lungs, but its journey is far from over. I mean, it needs to get to your toes, your brain, everywhere. To do that, it's got to hop on the body's ultimate superhighway, your bloodstream. Now, oxygen can't just dissolve in the blood and hope for the best. It needs a ride, and that ride is a protein in your red blood cells called hemoglobin. Seriously, think of it as the body's dedicated oxygen taxi service. Each one picks up oxygen in the lungs and hangs on tight for the trip. And the engine powering this whole highway system? That's your heart. We humans have what's called a double circulatory system. It's a clever design that keeps the oxygen-rich blood, shown here in red, totally separate from the oxygen-poor blood, in blue. This separation is a huge deal. It makes our oxygen delivery system incredibly efficient. So, you can really think of your heart as two pumps working together in one organ. The right side takes in all that blue, deoxygenated blood from the body and sends it over to the lungs for a refill. Then, the left side gets that fresh, red, oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumps it out to the rest of the body. Two jobs, two sides, one amazing pump. The heart gives the blood a powerful push, but it needs roads to travel on, right? Well, in our body, there are three main types of roads: the mighty arteries, the steady veins, and the tiny capillaries. So, arteries carry blood away from the heart, and since that blood is under high pressure, they have thick muscular walls. Veins bring blood back to the heart. The pressure is lower, so they have thinner walls, but they also have these cool little valves to keep the blood from flowing backward. And then there are the capillaries. They are so tiny, their walls are just one cell thick. This is where all the action happens, where oxygen actually gets delivered. You've probably heard a doctor talk about blood pressure, right? Like 120/80. Well, all that means is the force of your blood pushing against your artery walls. The top number, the systolic, is the pressure when your heart contracts and pushes. The bottom number, diastolic, is the pressure when your heart relaxes between beats. It's a great snapshot of how your circulatory system is doing. Okay, let's check back in on our oxygen molecule. It's hitched a ride on hemoglobin, traveled from the heart, through a big artery, into a tiny capillary right next to a muscle cell that's screaming for energy. It is so close to its final destination. And delivery! The hemoglobin lets go of the oxygen, which zips through that tiny capillary wall and right into the cell. The cell immediately puts it to work, breaking down glucose and generating that precious ATP. The only thing left over is a waste product, carbon dioxide. But our body is way too efficient to just leave waste lying around. That carbon dioxide gets picked up by the blood, travels in the veins back to the right side of the heart, which then pumps it to the lungs. There, it hops out of the blood and back into the alveoli, and you breathe out. The journey is complete. Wow, what a ride! From the air all the way to a single cell and back again? Let's just take a moment and quickly recap the key points of this whole incredible process. So, in a nutshell, you breathe in oxygen so your cells can make energy, or ATP. Your respiratory system is the front door that lets the oxygen in. Your heart is the powerful double pump, and the circulatory system is the massive delivery network that gets the oxygen where it needs to go. Then it picks up the carbon dioxide trash and takes it back out. It's a perfect, continuous cycle that keeps you alive every single second. Now, I know this is a lot to take in, but really getting how these systems work together is so crucial for Class 10 science. If you want to dive even deeper with some comprehensive notes, get expert guidance from amazing teachers, or even ask about admissions, please don't hesitate to contact us at A1 Institute. Just think about that for a second. This whole complex, perfect journey, it happens every single time you breathe. Thousands and thousands of times a day without you even thinking about it. What does that tell you about the absolutely incredible power of the systems working inside of you right now? We really hope this explainer helped bring this amazing process to life for you. For more deep dives like this one, make sure you subscribe to the A1 Institute YouTube channel. And hey, if you have any questions, our contact number is right there in the description below. Thanks so much for watching.